Hi guys, welcome back to Bariatric Beauty and Finishing School. If you want to hear about my struggle with depression after weight loss surgery, stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to Bariatric Beauty and Finishing School. My name is Kelsey and I have lost 256 pounds in the 11 years since I had gastric bypass. I am currently working on a second regain loss. If you want to know more about my story, click the link down below. Today I want to talk to you guys about my struggle with depression and anxiety after weight loss surgery. This is a really hard video to make and a really hard subject to talk about, but the past few days have made me realize that I need to be honest with myself. And part of being honest with myself is also being honest with you guys, because I am walking this journey and making these videos and being part of the YouTube community for you guys, to help people who have also had weight loss surgery to know that they're not alone. And a lot of the struggles that they're going through, I've been there too. And depression and anxiety have definitely been a part of that journey. So I'll start at a young age. I suffered from depression, and at this point in my life I realized I didn't really know it was depression. I thought it was just teenage angst. I thought everybody felt like that sometimes. It has only been recently that I realized that, not everybody feels like this, and a lot of the things that I feel or think about are not normal, and it's a really tough thing to swallow. I've gone through a lot of changes in the past few years. I've changed my zip code. I've moved from the Pacific Coast to the Atlantic Coast. I have gotten divorced. I've had a baby. I have entered into a relationship. I made a lot of mistakes and I've had a lot of successes. And one thing that's kind of always been constant is this sort of underlying feeling of fear. What do I mean by fear? Well, fear I'm gonna fail, fear something's gonna happen to my son, fear I'm gonna run out of money or get fired or break my leg, or my boyfriend's gonna leave, or my house is gonna catch on fire, or the guy from that show that I watched is gonna break in and murder me, or I'm gonna fall out of an airplane. There are so many fears that are normal, and then there's a lot that are not normal and irrational. And generally, when those fears come up, I can push them aside and I can say, you know what, this isn't that big of a deal. You're okay, and you'll be okay. And then I move on. And sometimes those fears act as a slippery slide into this hole, and I feel like I can't get out of it, and I feel sad and helpless and hopeless and alone, and I feel like I suck so bad at life that I don't want to live anymore. What does that mean? Well, it means I'm depressed. Although I haven't been officially diagnosed this time, I have been before, and this is worse. I have also had a fairly significant regain. And sometimes weight gain can go hand to hand with depression. I haven't really gone crazy off a diet or, jumped headfirst into eating fast food or anything like that. I was immobile for almost 8 months. I still, to this day, right now, still have really severe tendon injuries in both my legs now. And it has just sort of felt like a very hopeless situation. I'm injured, I can't go back to work, I can't do the job that I've been doing for 17 years. What do I do? So I wrote a book and I started YouTube, and I sort of reached out to a lot of different things online to do, and although I found some success, it never felt like enough. And there were days where I would lay in bed and cry. The last 3 weeks have been really hard. I haven't uploaded mainly because I just haven't had the energy to set up my system and set up my lights and put on makeup or get dressed or brush my hair or not cry. And it's a really scary feeling. And the worst part is how do you talk to people about it? Because the second you say, I'm so sad, I don't feel like living anymore, people want to call 911 and send you to the hospital. And unfortunately, in my family group, we have been broken by suicides. And I don't feel suicidal, but talking to my family about how I feel, I know will terrify them into thinking about suicide. And so part of me feels like I don't want to burden anybody with that. It'll be fine. I'll get through it. It's not that big of a deal. Everyone feels like this sometimes. Until I realized that they don't. And I realized that my family, my son, my boyfriend, were getting a shell of a person instead of the person that they love. And I wasn't able to give them the best parts of me, because the best parts of me were smothered in this deep, dark hole of fear and of feeling unworthy and worthless and sad. And to a lot of people that know me, this will likely come as a shock, because I'm usually really happy and smiling and up and everything is great. And, you know, I can think of somebody else who was like that. And his name is Robin Williams. And behind closed doors, he was suffering severe depression. I mean, he also did have mental disease happening, but it's easy to play a role and pretend to be the happy, fun, excited person, even when inside you're sort of dying. And how does this relate to weight loss surgery? I don't know. But I do know that a lot of my friends who have had weight loss surgery are dealing with the same or similar things. I do believe it's a hormone imbalance. What came along with my weight loss surgery was a severe thyroid disease. Are my chemicals so out of alignment that it's causing this? Maybe. Does it run in my family? Maybe. I don't know. But what I do know is that it is impacting my health. I do believe that my depression is making my body sick. It's every other day I have a sinus infection. And it's not like I'm a hypochondriac. Like, I literally have sinus infections. Or I will pull a muscle in my back or my neck often. And it's not like I'm lifting a bunch of heavy stuff. But what I've discovered through research, through talking to doctors, is that the more stress and anxiety and depression that your body carries, that your mind carries, it starts taking away from the things that it feels are not priorities. And that can lead to chronic pain, upset stomach, diarrhea, throwing your back out, not being able to sleep. You know, there are a lot of things that go along with it. And if I'm going to be honest with myself, you know, I can't blame my weight gain on being depressed, but I can say that there is definitely a correlation. And what does that mean? It means I need to get some help, whether it be myself and I sit down and figure this out, or I go to the doctor and I get medication, or, you know, there are a million different things I could try, right? And I don't know what's gonna work. But I know that it was really important to me to talk to you guys about it. Even though I am not a huge channel, I don't have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but I know there's probably some of you out there who are going through the same thing. And I want you to know that you're not alone. You can reach out to me. I may not respond right away because, like I said, some days all I can do is survive from breath to breath. And some days I will smile and laugh and be happy. So you're not alone, but it's not normal. That being said, you know, if you are contemplating suicide, if you feel like I do sometimes where you just don't want to live anymore, or you are literally thinking about taking your own life, please reach out. reach out to someone. There is the suicide prevention hotlines. Reach out to a friend, to family. Leaving your loved ones behind isn't worth it. They will want to help you. The people in your life who love you don't want you to go through this alone. So keep in mind that you don't have to do any of this alone. Reach out to a friend, family member, a doctor, counselor. There are a million people out there who will help you. And know that this doesn't have to be forever. There are solutions, there are things that we can do together to get through this. And I want you to know that I am going to keep talking to you guys about mental health. And although there is such a stigma, and although some of you watching this will be like, oh, she's just so broken, that's fine too, because in order to get fixed, I have to be real with myself and be real that I am broken and I don't want to be anymore. And that's sort of the main thing. So I will update you guys after I see my doctor and see sort of what she recommends, and we'll go from there. So from my heart to your heart, if you're struggling, please, please, please reach out and know that you're not alone. It happens to the best of us. So I'll see you in the next video.